to meet or talk with you as many times as necessary to make you feel comfortable. Make sure they have backup equipment. Make sure that they have insurance that will cover your venue's requirements. Make sure that they can do a walkthrough of your venue to supply adequate equipment. Can your DJ supply ceremony microphones for the officiant, the bride, and the groom? Do they have battery-operated equipment to be out in the field where there is no power? Make sure that they can handle preceding ceremony music, processional and recessional. Announce the grand entrance and entire bridal party. Do you need an experience and not just some guy that's going to play a playlist? Make sure that you hire someone that can get the job done and take care of your every total request. We are Total Request Entertainment. For booking and contact information, call Eleazar Maldonado at 414-366-7102. 414-366-7102. Or visit the website at TotalRequestENT.com. Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy Eleazar Maldonado from Total Request Entertainment. And man, do I have a deal for you guys. Right now, our photo booth going out for graduations and birthday parties for this month, okay? You guys have to book this month in June. I'm going to give you 4 hours for $4.99. You have to mention this ad. It's a photo booth rental of a regular photo booth with prints for $99 for 4 hours. That's $100 off for the graduating class of 2023. Okay, so make sure you guys get with us. 414-366-7102. 414-366-7102. Mirror booth and 360 booths are available.
Assalamualaikum. I am Sister Rebecca.
Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to the Milwaukee Islamic Dawah Center.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yamin Talib Muhammad.
My name is Doris White. I've been with the Dawah Center for about 15 years. Okay. Yogurt.
Since 2017, our food pantry program continues to reach to thousands of families and individuals. In 2021, we distributed over 1 million pounds of food and impacted over 100,000 individuals.
We've been serving our community for years with our pantry.
We have a pantry here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
We were awarded a $30,000 grant to purchase a 27-foot truck, as you see here, 27-footer, as well as a 17-footer over here that we use to provide food services throughout the city of Milwaukee County. With the help of Allah and a great team of volunteers, our pantry continues to combat food insecurity in our community.
Everybody like it. They love it. And not only like it, they love it. A lot of the same people, a lot of new people. And we see a lot of new people when we are on Hampton. That's when we see a lot of new people, but mostly the same people here. Every third Wednesday of the month, they give a big giveaway. We even give twice as what you see today.
The donations that you have given and continue to give us fuel the work that we do. And we can't say thank you enough. Assalamualaikum.
May Allah reward you and your families for your continued support in this life at the next. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak.
Good morning, Grand Risings. Man, all those things, man, it's a whole lot more. I don't know them all, I don't use them all, but somebody listening do, so in your words, in your language, whatever, good morning. And also, because I got my brother on the line, you already know, Assalamu alaikum, Rick, on line, Ram, Aleem Muhammad from the Ram Report, man, and hey, man, we was talking all shit this morning, y'all. I know some of y'all seen the post I made. You might have checked out the caption. That's the edited caption, because I actually was a little bit more harsh in the caption. The way I wanted to do it, I was a little bit more profane. And my brother said, no. We cleaned it up a little bit. So I cleaned it up a little bit. And it's just WTH. We all know what that stands for. Wrong with black folks. And we got a lot of issues going on, man. A lot of issues, a lot of eternal stuff, man. I know we can point the finger at the man and the system and the circumstances and the design and the plan and the portrait and all that shit. It's true. Yes, it's true. But the fact that we can identify all that, let me know that it should be a way we could fix it. Because if we can identify all these issues, that means we know what the hell our problem is, right? So I'm asking y'all, what the fuck wrong with black folks? Brother Rick, man, let me know.
Assalamu alaikum, black man.
Alaikum salam.
What's good?
That's what we trying to figure out. The question today, man, what's wrong with black folks, man? We just some of our rituals, some of our I don't even know what to call them, policies, rituals, things we keep passing down from generation to generation. Like, what's wrong with us? Why are we that way? One of the biggest things I've been trying to focus on been like the youth and the parenting relationships, because like that's a real big issue with our community, man. It's what you say, it's dysfunctional, right? You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's like,
in most cases, 100%.
and I be thinking, man, I be looking at, typically we around different cultures, so we able to see how these different groups do it and how they go about rearing their children and the relationships they have with their children and so forth. And this is not to say none of them don't have problems, because shit, everybody do. But I ain't worried about them right now. Right now, my only question is, what the fuck wrong with black folks? For example, why do we think that our child's 18th birthday is the big day to kick them the fuck out the house? And don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Some of us all done heard it before. I can't wait till you 18 so you get the fuck out of my house. Why is that? Like an 18-year-old is prepared for society. You just kick them out, throw them to the wolves, be it your boys, be it your daughters, whatever. What the hell is going on in our head that make us do that?
Yeah, well, that's about economics, all right? That's about economics.
Explain that to us.
The question is this. Which is better, a two-parent household or a one-parent household? I don't care. That little child support money and benefits, is that the equivalent of a salary that a brother be bringing into a household? In most cases, a brother, he'll work one job, got a second job. Is that the equivalent? So have our black women bought into that they can still run these households and efficiently the same as a married couple or a long-term relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend couple with the same quality of life? We talking about economics now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real about this too. Will they have the same life? Will they have stability? Because when you tell somebody to get out at 18, that means a whole mouth to feed is gone. Less water being ran. Less wash and dry being ran. Less electricity. Versus saying, well, maybe this person can help bring some income in the house. Or, and we don't even get to the point. We know they're not prepared. Because the majority of them can't even read and do mathematics. So what they prepared for? Life in the streets?
Man.
What's in the street? The drug gang? Stealing cars? So she says that, well, that's been said over the years out of frustration. I got to focus on the little ones. But she put herself in that situation, though, because you would think, like, after the first child, the second one, I'm having me a husband this time. This been going on for a few generations. That's what we talking about.
Right.
So now you got a cycle of poverty. And that, I don't need a man, you get out when you're 18. Those are black women parades. And I know some black women listening to me right now, probably in the chat room, but you can't sit up here and say that I'm making this stuff up and I'm lying.
Right.
So the question is, why are they having babies when they're teenagers? And why are they having babies with men that can't be providers? Is it to get a check from the government, that little money they give, that little $6,000 grant?
Make sure that they have
You're right.
insurance.
That what we talking about? Is it to get a check from the government, that little money they give? I don't need a man, but I'll go ahead and get the white man's money and get this little check money. Because it's enough for me to get my little hair business going on. It's enough money for me to decide on as long as I get the Section 8, get some food stamps. Is that how we thinking? Because we got to start there. We got to start there. Because the brother is not even a part of the equation.
Right. Yeah, we got took out the picture. We got took out the picture long ago. I said we got took out the picture long ago.
Yeah.
Some just walked out the picture, but you get my point.
They walked out, then you gotta ask yourself like the whole. Muhammad talk about the whole mating process. When you start your mating process in the club, well, that's what you get, bro. Just to keep it real.
Uh-huh.
What type of woman is in the club? What type of guy is in the club? And you kicking it with them, next thing you know, you got a baby? Take birth control.
Take some.
Right. So now we got these issues with teenagers, boys and girls, wilding out.
Uh-huh.
Most of them are wilding out because they calling out. They don't have nothing. Their parents don't have nothing for them. And they spend their time trying to be equal with their peers. Whether they got to steal something, sell drugs, be a lookout, to get a pair of Jordan, to get a pair of this, that, and they may have one or two outfits. They're not even focused on education. I hear there's a couple schools going back to uniform this fall, too. Allahu Akbar. You can't read or write. You don't even know your timetable, so you more focused on looking like a rapper. And they go into these houses, these single moms dressed like this. And she's stressed out about other stuff. That she ain't even really focused on that to a certain degree. And then she trying to get her party on with her friends on the weekend if she can get away. Or they go on a trip. What happened to the children? They go by Big Mama house. They go by Mama house. Go by Auntie house. I've seen this happen over and over and over and over and over again. These kids, these young people, they traumatized, bro. They traumatized.
But at some point, man, do that just start to become an excuse? Like I said, we know all this stuff. Do that mean we still got to keep functioning like wild-ass animals?
The people who had the positions in politics and blacks in business, it becomes our responsibility to take care of the rear. And they're not doing it, They're not doing it. You remember when them people from Ukraine and Afghanistan came over here? White folks are setting up GoFundMe pages, raising money for them to do this and to do that. We don't do none of that.
Man, we think everything is scam.
No, we don't think everything is scam.
When it's us trying to do things like that between each other, oh, that motherfucker trying to scam.
We right here.
Yeah.
We right here. I mean, the churches are not nowhere near capacity with doing the stuff that they could do. Talk about housing. The only housing they want to do is senior people. 62, 65 and up. Right? And the only children they deal with is the small ones in daycare. But everything in the middle, and you gotta go get it. I mean, how the developments these churches own here: Christian Faith, Christ the King, Holy Redeemer, Metropolitan. None. Catholic Social Services and Lutheran Social Services, they got offices here. They so rich they got insurance companies. And they got at least 3 to 4 or 5 billion in endowment. Billion. Own buildings. Own a lot of these big churches and stuff. What we got? You got Reverend, got a Mercedes. Wife is dressed nice. His PK kids look good. Brother trustee. People tithing. Ain't take care of nobody but Reverend. Then they hustling. Ooh, got to meet downtown with the mayor. I just met with the mayor. Met with the county exec. Trying to get more money for the church. He take his off the top. $18-year-old, 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 17. What do they see when they walk through the black community? They see despair and no hope in a lot of these neighborhoods. Then when they get to the neighborhood that look nicer, man, why me and mama ain't came me over here? Because she can't afford it. Is she on Section 8?
And then that's another thing, man. We always trying to escape instead of recreate our own community. Like, okay, if we look up, we walk down our block and everybody got dirt patches and no grass, and we go to another community and we see everybody got nice manicured lawns. Like, why we don't go plant some grass in our dirt patches? You know what I mean? Like, what is it about us? What is it about us that make us think we gotta take flight and go where people that don't look like us at for us to have a better life? Why do we gotta be away from each other to have a better life in our minds?
Because who owns the property? So
man, the hell with who own it. If I ain't got no grass in my front yard, I'm gonna plant some.
I hear what you're saying. But how many of those people you know that's even in that mindset to even say, I'm going to Home Depot and get something? I was at Home Depot the other day. I had to get a sprinkler for the lawn. And the one young lady told me, the same young lady, she said, ooh, I think we should go get one for my lawn. Now, she in the 4th grade saying this now. Because she watched everything I be doing. I be telling her this and that, and her little brother, right? So, yeah, they want better. But the mama ain't on that. Why the mama ain't on it? See what I'm talking about? So, traditionally, or by nature, the man take care of the outside of the house, the woman take care of the inside of the house. So we don't expect women to come out edge grass and mow lawns. They'll talk that stuff. They may do it 1 time, 1.5 times. When they get this time of year, they ain't coming out there doing that. Oh, the bugs, this and that, I ain't doing all that. That's not their job. So what do they really know about that? Nothing. So you talking about being a renter, it just comes with, well, I ain't my job. The landlord supposed to come here and do this. So even the landlord come doing all this, why is still using this stuff? Why is your kids running over the grass all the time? Why is it paper in front of your house? Taki bags, Dorito bags, Newport boxes, Annihilator wrapping, blunt paper. I rode past this house the other day over here by my house off of 3rd and Abert. And from the alley to the house was on the corner, it was trash from that house. And I saw 5 black women sitting up front on a chair, and their children going back for the store. The trash, I'm talking about all along the side of the house, on the grass, and by the door. Bottles, plastic bottles, soda bottles, Every Fresh bottles, broken. Flattened beer cans. Quality of life. What kind of quality of life you want?
Right.
So 80% of the houses in the black city are headed by black women. And you ride up and down these neighborhoods, you see these lawn deep manicured. And you could tell the ones who own versus the ones who don't. And even with the women who are single, who own homes, they working all the time. Do you think that they got time to come home and say, oh, man, I need to come home and pull the weeds out my rose bush, or I need to come home and get shut up that lawnmower, take my pumps off, and do the grass? They normally got somebody that's coming to do it, because they son's not trained to do it. They're not. I see it all the time. I see this one man come by and cut this lady's lawn, and she got two boys and a girl. The girl's a teenager, and one of the boys might be about 9 or 10, and one is like 14. You gonna tell me that she don't have nobody in that family can teach them how to cut grass, and she got to hire somebody to come do it? I'm just saying. See? These are these needed conversations.
Yeah.
How many black men you know how to work with their hands and make some money legally? I'm talking about weighing up some dope, breaking in a car, how to use tools, how to use lawn tools, auto mechanic tools to make some money. Hell, these young brothers don't even wash and wax cars.
Scrubber dub do it.
Laziness, bro. But they can be on that game, though. They on that game. That Xbox 360 and PS5, they on that. Smoking a blunt, eating food, girlfriend over there, partners over there on that game. They on that game. See? So the men are not in their lives. The men and they down and upline in those family lives are not in their lives. Because when that woman met the father of her children, he got people in his family she don't even know, and she not really even connected to. Why she not connected to? So all they know is the relatives on her side of the family. And in most cases, a lot of times, it's mostly women. So who talking to them?
Nah.
They go running and buy them Crocs, and they wearing skinny jeans. Skinny jeans and pantyhose, bro. Yeah. Skinny jeans should be in the section where they sell the women's pantyhose. Yeah, I said it. Skinny jeans, some got holes in them. They put holes in the skinny jeans. So they cost more than the skinny jeans that don't have holes in them.
You ain't got no argument for me.
Pants.
Hey, my partner.
They buying these pants and got their little sons looking like little hoes, bro. Wearing these tight ass pants and the pedophile looking at them.
My partner OG say black people dress like white people in the 80s.
Man, that's true. They wear them tight homosexual jeans. And she buying them with the belt buckle and got a pair of Kyrie's or Giannis's on, or some Jordans on. And an iPhone that she paying the bill on. How's she making all that happen? Huh?
Hey, soon as you said how she making all that happen, that song from Life popped in my head.
Saying.
uh,
I'm just saying. Look at the economics, the black economics of how we talking about right now. The importance of material things versus substance.
yeah.
See, because you telling a child to get out at 18. In some cases, those parents are buying them that stuff. In some cases, they not doing it, and they getting that money from the street. So them little shorties, they start out being a lookout and come up. And sometimes the mama don't even question where he getting the money from, because he hide the money. She don't even know what's going on in her own house with her own son.
Man, hey,
checking.
that's very few that don't know, Ak. We gotta keep it 100. They be knowing, man. These cats be doing it right from home, Ak.
Well, I'm just talking about they get to the point where they're doing it from home and she watching. But my point is, why is you allowing criminal activity in your house?
Man, because they couldn't control they couldn't control they street dude boyfriend, so they create a street dude out their son and try to control him.
So the question is, why do these girls that's 14, 15 years old like these street dudes?
Man, that's the way they was taught. Look at the type of dudes mama messing with. Look what mama like.
I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, this is directly after black woman.
Yeah.
I had my cousin told me, this is my cousin, she older than me. She told me once, she like 8 years older than me. She said that she liked those type of guys because they always seemed like they knew what was going on. And I'm like, what? And she went to a private school.
Knew what was going on with what?
They was hip and knew what was going on.
Uh-huh.
That's what she told me.
She was
My
attracted
cousin,
to the wrong
she older than
shit.
me. Well, that's what I'm saying. And I said, oh, so the Boy Scout dude is a square dude. Oh, I really wasn't interested. Why? So all her friends that went that route, some of them are still married, got grandkids, and so forth. Solid family, some moved out of state, some here, whatever. And she was in 2 failed marriages, and one of her sons is straight up homosexual, and one of them is borderline. She don't know I don't know it, but I ain't never really said it to her, but she know I do know. Because they stay distant from me. They stay distant from me where that question will never have to be raised up. Like they keep everything platonic. And I'm cool with it. But I saw the process brewing early on. Effeminizing your kids. Making your son bitch made. And they turn their daughters into whores. That's what Satan wants. That's how the white man taking us down, bro. He took a whole bunch of us down doing just that. He done conquered a whole generation almost now. See? Compare black children on 20th and Brown to some white kids in Glendale or in Whitefish Bay. Same age. And see, right now, summer's in, they in high school some more. See of what's going on. You got very few that's involved, like they might be working, they could be playing AAU, involved with their church, in some program, something constructive. Most of the young people, they couldn't wait for school out because they in the street.
Right.
So what's in the streets at a teenage age? Well, you should be saying, man, I really want to be in the STEM program next year, my sophomore year, but I couldn't do it because I can't comprehend math. Is there some type of math enrichment program I need to be in? Or do I need to go to summer school? Or I'm going to wait till I get locked up, and then I'm 25, 24, I'm going to decide to do it. Or I can't write, I can't read. Well, I had a baby when I was 15, then I had another one at 17. So I just wait till they They start school, and I'll be about 24, and I'm going to get my GED. Huh? We should start posting stuff just like this, how we talking right on social media, on Instagram, post it just how we talking right now about us.
Well, it's going to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as we speak.
Okay. Awesome. Allahu Akbar. So then people like our mayor, he grew up, it was 9 of them, he told me, and they pulled themselves out. You know, he got the one brother that's kind of, you know, in and out of a little trouble here and there. But he got enough around him to try to keep him on the rail.
Mm-hmm.
See? You know, to keep him on the rail. You know, why we got so many black children that got IEPs. Let's talk about that. In special ed. What's it called? I forgot the I. It's intermediate educational programming. I think that's what it is. So you get evaluated because you can't read, you can't
Sound
write.
like somebody
So
sits somewhere getting a check.
Of course. Well, you know you can get a check, shit, Quita. All we need you to do is sign here, and we'll start giving Jeremy his Prozac after lunch. What? We'll do before lunch. So and get him high. So when he goes to math class after lunch, he'll be able to sit there and not be disruptive. Oh, check is $750 a month. And they G for it.
Yeah. That's how they pay their bills. You got to think, if you got 3-4 kids, they get one of them checks.
No, sometimes it be 2.
Yeah.
So why we didn't have a conversation about that? There's nothing wrong with these children. These children, the problem is when they were born from the cradle to 4 years old, that mama was not reading to them. She was not showing them identify their colors and none of that. She was raising a young criminal. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
The Most Honorable Muhammad said a mother's voice is the last voice that a child to hear before she go to bed, or he goes to bed. Because he looks at her mouth, that's how they learn how to phonetically spell and sound out words.
That is the last voice he hears. It's just that it ain't talking to him. It's on the phone talking shit with the rest of the girls, letting the child hear way too damn much.
Man, you ever watch some of those nature channels on Facebook with those animals? Man, that stuff is amazing, man. How the mama jaguar and eagle and how they take care of their young.
Mm-hmm.
They ferocious. Cheetahs, elephants, all of them. Horses. And if you help them take care of their young, they'll be loyal to you for the rest of their life. They'll come back to your yard. Tap on the window. Thank you. Because my baby almost died. You helped my baby come back to life. Let's apply that to us. You on the phone talking crazy about nothing. About nothing. But you missed parent-teacher conference for both of your son and daughter.
Was it ever a village? You know, you always hear this cliche saying it takes a village. Was there ever a village?
Our village got destroyed in the 80s when Reagan and Bush came in office. That's when the first bomb was dropped. Actually, the first bomb was dropped in the 60s when they dropped heroin in the black community. You can see that in Shaft movie, Cotton Comes to Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped heroin in the black community, and the black man took it and capitalized on people like Frank Lucas and Bumpy Johnson and made money. Then the second bomb they dropped on the black community was when Oliver North and all those crackers went down to South America and Nicaragua and they forced the Sandinista Indians to grow cocaine. And then the whole Rick Ross thing, they made crack. And the crack, plus taking the jobs out the community in the 80s, that was a bomb. It pretty much took us out. Because crack was addictive, and it was made in a certain way to gravitate to black people.
Yeah.
How they made it. But before that, yeah, there was a village. But the village still lasted up until the end of the 80s. They let it marinate to about the time Bush Sr. got in office.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started clamping down with the RICO law and all that stuff and throwing major time at drug dealers and stuff. But they let it marinate and let it get across the whole country to get a lot of people addicted and let them sell drugs, the whole nine. So the village, like when I was in high school, yeah, there was a village. Absolutely. What are we talking about? Actually, they're talking about the time when I was in high school when they speak of the village.
What did the village look like? Describe the village to the folks that didn't get to see it. You know, you got people born way after the 80s. So what did this village, so-called village look like?
You had high graduation rates. You had very low crime in these cities. You didn't see none of the stuff you see today, like these shootings and stuff like that. Well, then the gun laws were stricter too. We got to remember that under Obama, they passed a gun law where you can get guns everywhere. You couldn't have a gun inside of cities. If you did, it was automatic 5 years, automatic in all major cities. So there was no shooting. The white man did that to lock us up more. That's why he did that. So we got to get an understanding of that. Why they relaxed the gun law. It wasn't about Second Amendment. It's about when we commit a gun crime, they locking us up. So now he's still getting that 5 for reckless gun use. But that wasn't going on in the 80s. Teenage pregnancy, children born out of wedlock, absolutely not. Did it happen? Very little. And even when it did happen, those families stayed together. A lot of those men married those women. The factory job held the black community together. They attacked that first. So the quality of life in the black community was different because people was owning stuff. You know, that extra hours at the factory allowed Brother Frank to open up a refrigerator and TV repair shop, or he got an auto mechanic spot in his backyard, in his garage, or he got an actual shop. You know, sisters was opening up. That was about the time black women started opening up beauty shops and stuff like that. So the quality of life was better. It was better, even though unemployment was high. It was better, and people went to school. They finished high school. That was an honorable thing. You finished high school in 4 years, not 6 years was taken now. You know what I mean? It was a shameful thing. You have a grade point average up under a 2 point. You didn't even talk about it. Even if it was a 2 point. You striving to get a 2.5 or 2.8. Or they looking at you, man, you dumb as hell. You can't write in cursive? Now they got us like savages. See? Education. They will say education is the key to success. You know, opening up doors and so forth. Yeah. So it was definitely a 360 turn, what you see right now today. I totally agree. We can get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get back to that. You know, education is free. And for a single mom not to have her children educated, that's a crime within itself.
Right.
If your child can't read and write and do math, what are they going to do? I'm just putting it out there. If you got 2 baby daddies, drop that attitude and that twisted face. Get yourself in shape. Look pretty like you was when you first met him. And try to bond with one of the fathers. Y'all work together. Because ain't no corporate dude or LeBron James' son coming to save you. Economically. That's not going to happen. It's not.
You on your own?
You know why, You know why?
Why that?
Because socially, they're not even in circles to even meet people like that.
Yeah.
But they look down on the brother who probably, he a plumber, but he dirty all the time, but he making $200,000 a year and say he ain't making enough money. When you coming from a negative zero, what you mean you ain't making enough money? You know, mate with the brother that you either made it with or the one that's coming for you. And stop chasing brothers. That's why they having some of the problems. They run after a guy that's a gigolo and got women everywhere, thinking that
because they chasing his
bag.
bag.
They're better than the next sister.
You know what it is? They ain't necessarily chasing the brother, man. They chasing the bag. And if the brother just so happen to be attached to it, then so be it. But, man, that shit ain't working out.
Them.
Right.
He ain't with them. He can buy them.
Yeah.
Just like buying a pair of pants off the rack. A brother, first of all, sisters, let's get something straight here. A brother that's making a lot of money, he want a sister that got credentials that can help manage the money. He don't want somebody that's sitting home all day on the phone and then want to give and go shopping at 1 o'clock. Don't know how to manage no money, can't even manage her own house, not even manage her own children. But he see her, she made up and look good. He know the difference. He gonna get that. He get that same beautiful woman who a college graduate from Bradley University or Marquette or Stanford and single with no babies.
Mm-hmm.
He can get that. Not saying she can't be that. She got to build herself up for that. But on the educational level, they start having a conversation. He know the difference. What's she gonna talk about? Ice Spice? Lil Durk? Pooh Shiesty? And he supposed to be entertained with that? This man, he got a net worth of $8-9 million. He supposed to be entertained with Pooh Shiesty conversation? What he talking about? Come on, man, keep it real. Oh, I saw Nicki Minaj on such and such and such with Cardi B. What? He's sitting there looking at you. Oh yeah, I hear what you're saying. All right, yeah, boo. Check this out. Well, I'm gonna drop you off. I'll get with you a little later. A little later might not be ever again. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I done go something like that in the past. Hey, I done been somewhere, man, and realized that ain't where I wanted to be, and went on one of them long store trips. I think I'm still in aisle 3 right now.
Oh wow.
40 years later. So 30 years later.
Organic ketchup. Right.
In the store looking for something you know ain't there, so you gotta look forever.
Right. Excuse me, where's the organic ketchup? At Home Depot?
Oh, real.
Yeah. Keeping it real. You know, yeah, these are real conversations. And then when they turn 18, you know, majority of them become homeless, man. I see it every day. I got an incident over here where I got a young man that's squatting in the house. His mama lives 3 houses down. She won't let him come in the house because he steals stuff. And he going at it with the management company. They probably gonna put somebody in the house. And I never said nothing to him about it, but he mentioned something to him about it and thought, yeah, man, I'm squatting, such and such and such and such. I'm sitting there like, okay, but they don't want you in the house. As soon as they put somebody in the house, you going to be wherever. I don't know. But he mentally unstable. And I've heard him argue with his mom, but I bet the mom is at the center of the problem. Why? He younger than you, and he got 6 babies.
Hey, I think too, man. One thing we fall short on is since you brought that up, we be having like people, family members, be it your children or whatever, that's got these mental issues or whatnot, and we know they do, but you just so fed up with dealing with it, and you know what I mean. You just throw your hands up and open the door and let them go figure it out on their own in the bando down the street. You know what I mean? And then something happened to
When you say
them.
go figure it out on your own, when I hear somebody say that, what the hell does that mean?
That's my point. That's my
Oh,
point.
you gotta figure it out. How you gonna figure out something when you don't even have the resources or the knowledge to figure anything out with?
Like, don't people know that those years pre-adulthood, if that's a word, but the years before that is them years you're supposed to be giving them the tools to figure it out, man. You know what I mean? Giving them.
But the tools come from mom and dad and from going to school.
That's who I'm
Every
talking
day they
to.
miss from school. Yeah, I'm just saying. Every day they miss from school is they get further and further behind in the pursuit of living a productive life. Like all those teachers that they miss, so it gets filled in what they see on the street.
Mm-hmm.
And normally within a short period of time they end up in jail. They end up in jail. They do. They end up in jail. I saw this one young lady now. So I want just say she might be 14, 15 maybe. I'd say 14. I've only spoke to her maybe once or twice. And she's skipping school. You know why she's skipping school? Because her mama got her at home babysitting. Because I heard her say one day, well, you know, I got to stay home today because mama got to work. So 1 or 2 or 3 days a week, she's skipping school.
Right.
So I heard her talking to her mom yesterday. I was just walking by, coming from the store. And this is what her mama said. Well, you know, summer school start. Well, I think it's already in. She going now. So she going to summer school to catch up on some classes that she missed because she probably missed, I don't know, she probably missed a whole bunch of days of school. And then I heard her say something like, well, you know, we ain't going to be here because my place going to be ready. So apparently she was living somewhere and probably left or moved out or whatever. I don't know. A lot of times they be living places and they don't like it.
Right.
And they just do stuff to get out. Like sometimes, like whoever they're dealing with how the Section 8 works, you got to go where the Section 8 vouchers is. And sometimes areas where they really want it, there don't be no places there. So when they be looking for places, there's certain neighborhoods they don't want to be in, which I get that, especially if you got girls. Oh, no. Mm-mm. So they'll go and live with a relative until, you know, the situation gets that they can manage, and then they'll move. But the problem is, I think in this situation, she ended up moving over here in this apartment building because this apartment building, they're known for taking people that's in transit, especially like in the winter. Like the worst time to move is in the wintertime.
Right.
Especially when you got children. You know, you at a place now it's right before Christmas or right after Christmas, and you gotta move. Whatever reason is. That could have been her situation. But my point is, she basically told me, you can't miss no summer school. You know she ain't going to be in your right grade. You know, and I'm sitting there listening to the mom talk. I'm like, wow. So I guess the session is probably almost over with. But what I'm saying is, look, I don't even think the girl in high school yet. and she walked past the house. She nice, she speak, I speak, and you know how you look and tell there's something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, all you can do is just pray for them and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's all you can do. Yep. Yep, that's all you can do.
It's sad, man. It's sad, but we gotta figure it out, man. We gotta, there go that again. We gotta figure it out. We gotta work our way through it, man. We gotta educate ourselves.
Well, we got too many agencies here, and we gotta find the ones that are responsible because they're using our tax money.
Yeah, that's because, like you said, man, ain't nobody once you get involved with these agencies and you figure out, man, they on bullshit, man. You gotta put it out there. You know what I mean? You gotta let somebody other than Facebook know, man. Put a stop to that shit. Tell them that you expose everything else.
I think they do that because they be frustrated, and that's their way of calling out. Especially a lot of people that got mental illness. That be their way of calling out. They go to Facebook, and they do that. I ain't say it's effective, but that's definitely something that they do. Yeah, that's something that they do.
Yeah.
That's a tool, I guess you could say. My thing is, why don't we have transitional housing like the white folks got? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why don't we have stuff like St. Anthony's and places like that? I just wonder about these so-called
Hey, cause they got it and they just go over there to theirs. Cause that's again, it's that old theory, man. White ice is colder. You know what I mean?
No, we don't have none. We don't have no for homeless. We don't. Okay, if there's a place, just say they could take 20 families that's owned by a black church or a nonprofit. I'd like to know who it is. And then if it is, the majority of people at these shelters is us.
Well, hell, is the black church or the nonprofit owned by a black person?
Well, no, they do have them though.
You know what I mean?
I'm saying is that these black churches are failing their responsibility to do that. They failing. They are.
Everybody. It ain't even just
you can get
them.
refugees come over here from other countries, and the Catholics and the Lutherans sucking them up and getting the government money to get them replaced. We right here and don't even take care of our own. Can't give them no pass, Art.
Oh, I ain't.
Can't give them no pass. Nope. Can't give them no pass. Sorry, pastor, black priest, black minister. No, can't. You think of some of these big churches like Metropolitan, Macedonian, Solomon Temple, all these places. They ain't doing none of that. Nope, not doing that. No, sir. Not at all. Not at all. Nope.
All right, man. The first hour done. As always, it's a pleasure chopping it up with you, man. We be going over some things.
Thank you for having me on. And make sure you shoot that post out there, man. We get some reaction, man. I'm going to spin it again.
Yeah.
Get a few people listen and chime in, bring some ideas. Because you can always get ideas off these conversations, these community conversations.
Man, I want to see, can't we get some a parent or two or three to, come to the hot seat, so to say, man. Let's have this conversation with what's going on with their kids and why.
You might not. Most people not gonna do it because they're ashamed. They're ashamed to do it, but they'll call and talk about someone else's. Nobody now, you get somebody calling and talk about something positive. You can probably get that. I'd love to hear that too.
We can start it off easy, man. I want to know where people got their parenting skills from. Who taught you to be a parent? Where did you get your skills from, and what them skills is? Sometimes you gotta say them out loud to realize, damn, I ain't even got none.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cause like you gotta think, man. I started wondering at one point in time. All these parenting classes start popping up, and our people, like, we against all that stuff. Like, ain't no white people in no book finna teach me how to be a parent. This, that, the other. But at the same time, not realizing ain't nobody in your life been teaching you how to be one either.
True.
So you gotta go learn it from somewhere, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they gotta learn parenting, they gotta learn life skills from somewhere, because it's just not getting taught in the home anymore. But is there any more big mamas? Hell, I'm at C notes, so I see the grandparents in C notes.
A lot of them are younger though.
That's my point. The grandparents in C notes, man. It ain't no more big mama, man. Big mama ain't coming on the porch in that nightgown. You know what I mean? Yelling, come on in here and get something to eat and all that. Big mama talking about come get these damn kids, because, man, I got to make it to the club before free entry in. You know what I mean?
But there's still some out here.
Man, I think COVID done took most of them out.
No, it's still a lot of people, man. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
It's just that,
because now they example. Hey, check it out. Hey, check it out. I'm one last thing and I'm gone. Check this out, man. Now they example of Big Mama is Madea.
Depends on who you talking to.
No doubt. All right, man. Thank you for clocking in. HittingHardRadio.com, the Morning Shift MKE. I'm about to get y'all over to the music. Man, y'all keep it locked, man. Stay tuned at 12, the Munchie Mixes, man. If you got any musical requests, man, hit us up, 414-502-9447. You can call or you can text and let us know whatever you in the mood to listen to. Hey, shout out to my man, Core DJ LA, right? He was on this morning, man. He put y'all in the R&V vibe, right? Man, it's Tuesday. It's about that, gonna be that at C-Notes tonight, man. It's karaoke, so it'll be pretty R&B'd out in there. So let's just stay right there for a minute, man. Let's just stay right there. Y'all keep it locked. HittingHardRadio.com, the Morning Shift MKE.
HittingHardRadio.com.
What you doing still in bed, man? Yo, you need to punch in for that Morning Shift MKE with Sayer right here on HittingHardRadio.com exclusively from 10 to 2 p.m. Check it out, man. You're missing out.
You're listening to WHHP Milwaukee. Anything Goes Radio. Total Request Entertainment. Our mission is to cover your total requests. When you look to contract a DJ service, make sure they have all the moving parts that is required to do the job. Make sure they're able to meet or talk with you as many times as necessary to make you feel comfortable. Make sure they have backup equipment. Make sure that they have insurance that will cover your venue's requirements. Make sure that they can do a walkthrough of your venue to supply adequate equipment. Can your DJ supply ceremony microphones for the officiant, the bride, and the groom? Do they have battery-operated equipment to be out in the field where there is no power? Make sure that they can handle preceding ceremony music, processional and recessional. Announce the grand entrance and entire bridal party. Do you need an experience and not just some guy that's going to play a playlist? Make sure that you hire someone that can get the job done and take care of your every total request. We are Total Request Entertainment. For booking and contact information, call Eleazar Maldonado at 414-366-7102. 414-366-7102. Or visit the website at totalrequestent.com. Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy Elizar Maldonado from Total Request Entertainment. And man, do I have a deal for you guys. Right now, our photo booth going out for graduations and birthday parties for this month, okay? You guys have to book this month in June. I'm going to give you 4 hours for $4.99. You have to mention this ad. It's a photo booth rental of a regular photo booth with prints for $4.99 for 4 hours. That's $100 off for the graduating class of 2023. Okay, so make sure you guys get with us. 414-366-7102. 414-366-7102. Mirror booth and 360 booths are available.
Play that. Play that.
Hip hop and R&B right here. HittingHardRadio.com.
It's great radio.
HittingHardRadio.com.